Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today's review is going to be all about painting tips. I'm going to show you a window out here on the side of my shop that I'm going to paint, and I'm going to share some tips on what I do when I'm getting ready to mask up and use the green masking tape all the way around the window and around the inside of the window. And I'm going to share some tips on how to make your job a lot more easier, and I'm going to share my tips on the paint that I use. And this particular paint is a product that I stumbled across about a year ago, and I like it for two good reasons. One, it covers real good, and two, the price. So let's get over here to my workbench, and I'm going to show you a little tip on when you're getting ready to mask up a window and you want to paint it. What do you do first? I'm going to show you, and I'll take you outside and I'll show you exactly how it goes on. Okay, so let's start off with your green masking tape. The first thing I do is put it down on my bench here, get my scissors, and cut. Now, you need 2 strips for every corner. So why am I cutting them like this? Well, I've seen people struggle where they're trying to put too much masking tape on at a time. So you cut yourself 8 of these strips. Then you go outside and you install them first. And then you come back later and you use this. So let's go out to the window and I'll show you exactly what the purpose of cutting your strips ahead of time is for. So there's the window right there. And as you could see, well, that's what the strips are for. You put one first, then you put the second one there, and you do it the same all the way along in every corner. And I just want to show you another little tip that I do is when you're masking a window on the outside, I always put a pull tab on every corner. So you take a look, you can see I got one to pull down. You always pull your masking tape down. You never pull it up because you'll find you'll get stringers. So you pull it down, and you could see here, I pull this one down and I got this one here to pull across. And I got one right here to pull along the bottom. So I'm going to install the rest of this tape, and you'll see how easy it's going to look after when I just got to go and attach it from this end anywhere along to this end here, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, so the window is all masked up now, and as you could see, when you go across to put your tape from here all the way down to the bottom, you can just tear it off and there's no problem. See this one here all the way along, and it makes it so much easier to do. And let's go in the shop, let's take a look at the paint. Well, this is the paint that I use, and it comes in a red and it comes in a white only. It's made by Behr, and it's called Barn and Fence paint. And it's an incredible paint that I find that sticks to most everything. You just got to follow the instructions. And the only thing I noticed on this paint is it does have quite a long drying recommendation time. And they're talking about 6 hours in between coats, which is fine for me. So this paint has been sitting here for about a week and a half after I got it stirred. And this paint, the only place I can find it is at Home Depot. So if you're living in the US, it's around $25 for a jug. And in Canada, it's $36, which is about half the price of most other paints. Now, I'm not too sure if you're going to be able to see this or not, but that paint doesn't even need to be stirred. And it's been sitting there for a week. And I find that's incredible because I use this paint on the end of my my off-grid cabin there on steel siding that went all chalky, and I put 2 coats on and it looks fantastic. So I'll just show you a couple of pictures here. Here's the before picture of the end of my cabin there before I painted it, and here's the after picture. Now this particular paint is completely flat. There's no shine to it, no nothing. And that's exactly what I wanted, so it doesn't show all kinds of dings and dents and imperfections and everything else. So today I'm going to be painting this over top of PVC, well, I guess they call it PVC lumber, plastic lumber you buy at Home Depot. This stuff here goes on fantastic and covers great. So let's go outside and I'll show you a little bit of a sample of how good this covers, and then we'll come back after and I'll show you what it looks like after a coat of paint. So they recommend not to put this paint on in direct sunlight, so as you can see it's cloudy, but I just want to show you how good this covers. And as you can see right here, it covers fantastic. So when you take a look at buying a paint and take a look at the coverage, well, I tell you what, this covers fantastic. So I'm going to put one whole coat on here, and then I'll bring you back and I'll show you what it looks like. Well, I finished the first coat, and as you could see, it didn't take much, right? The only thing is, so when you buy this particular product at Home Depot, it only comes in a gallon or whatever, if you're liters in Canada or whatever. So, and I use a 1-inch brush for this today, and it just cleans up real easy with water. So let's go outside and let's take a look and see what it looks like after the first coat in the shade. Okay, there we are right there. Now I still have to do the doorway here. I'll be doing that tomorrow. I'm going to let that sit there overnight and put another coat on tomorrow. But as you can see, it puts a beautiful, nice coat on there. Now the only thing is, there's no sheen to this or anything. It's completely flat. And the whole idea behind this paint, I guess, is for farmers, really, for fences and barns and that kind of stuff. But it goes on a lot of products, you know, and the coverage is really good, and that looks a lot better. Well, what do you think? For the price and the coverage, I tell you what, it's been a long time since I seen paint price that low that does that good of a job. And if you go to your Home Depot, guess what? You're not going to find it on the shelves too often. They got it put up somewhere, or you're going to have to order it, or not everybody stocks it everywhere. And that's what I found. Now I do have the red, and on my outbuildings up my place in Northern Ontario, I'm going to try the red, see what it looks like. And for the cabin, I'm going to use the white for the end of the 4 corners of my building on pressure treated wood. I'm going to see how that turns out and repaint my windows. So it's going to be a busy time this summer, and I'm glad I found this paint, because I was paying like $65–70 for like exterior house paint, and it wasn't until I seen this on the shelf and I asked one of the associates at Home Depot, and I said, what's this paint all about? And that's when I thought, that's what I gotta try. So I hope you got something out of this video, a little bit of tips on some masking, you know, and how to make it easier for yourself, putting the masking tape on, taking the masking tape off, and the products that I use. So thanks for joining me here today. Come back again. If you haven't seen this channel before, you're quite welcome to subscribe and see some interesting things that I do every week, just like this. Cheers.